twin and
We had
and
the
the other
Staple twins. We had the Williams twins. There was a lot of twins there. A lot of twins. So anyway, so shout out to the good folks there at formerly Francis Parkman Junior High School. Andrew Douglas, better than the best, the pride of Kentucky State.
What was it called before we got Andrew Douglas?
Parkman.
Who is Andrew Douglas?
Andrew Douglas was the distinguished principal of Parkman.
I tell more. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just saying. Because, you know, when you see these names, you got to ask these questions.
Mr. Douglas had this thing.
Was he your brother?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just asking.
If it was
I don't know. I'm not here from here.
Parkman was the blackest school.
I know that part.
Outside of Oakland. Because I know in Oakland, they but Parkman.
You cried when they told you. Really? Why? Why?
It had a reputation. It had a reputation.
Because it was black?
No. It was black. But, I mean, we were conscious black.
Yeah, I mean, so what was your problem?
Yeah, it was a lot. That was the other thing. There was a lot of fights. There was a lot of fights. Oh, dude, there was an alley right off the key between 16th and 17th Street. Oh, yeah, the malt shop was great. The bungalow.
There was something called the malt shop.
Oh, man, the best French fries in America. That's what people walk miles to get their French
Days kind of a malt shop. They really said that?
Oh, yeah. You walked up there to the malt shop.
To the malt shop. Okay.
I was telling my mom, the reason why I went to Parkman, I wanted to go to Marshall. And my mother knew Mr. Douglas. And
the
so,
right.
Okay. I wanted to go to Marshall. I wanted to be with the white people. And my mama go, no.
Wait, you what? You say that again? You wanted to what?
Be with the white people.
Oh my God! You said that out loud?
Yeah, because it's you know, got to be truthful. It's the truth. So, so then my mama said, no, I know Mr. Douglas. Because she knew Mr. Douglas from Roosevelt. No, you going to Parkman.
I know that's right.
And so I went to Parkman, but here I didn't live in the Parkman district. And back then,
so you was an outsider.
Yeah, and that was and it's real interesting how they did the districts, because the districts supported segregation. You had to go to school within your district, or you had to transfer into another district in order to go to school. Exactly, Lloyd Barbie. That was that, and they talked about in the North. This is how they did it. Even the creation of junior high schools, separate junior high schools, was all part of, because then wherever your feeder junior high school was, that's where you had to go to high school. Mm-hmm. So my mom didn't transfer me in. She knew somebody, Gertie, who's gone home to be with Jesus. I miss Gertie. She had. Oh yeah, I know she's been going to Jesus a long time.
Stop it! Stop it!
She did not.
Stop it!
She did not. She was part of the fraud.
Oh,
but she did
not. Are y'all serious right now? As our family listens, are y'all serious right now?
So anyway, now I am not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Okay, I flunked kindergarten. Now I had the difficulty of having to know two different addresses.
Kindergarten. What do you do in kindergarten that you can even flunk? Like using scissors and knowing your colors. Like,
all I know is I flunked.
What did you do?
So anyway, exactly.
Do people really flunk kindergarten?
Yes, they held you back, and the reason
why?
And I'm gonna call out her name because I know she got to be dead. She might be still alive. Jerry Goins. Jerry Goins. Right.
That
and
was your teacher?
Yeah, and the reason why I found out
she held you back.
I'm getting ready to tell you why.
Oh my God!
You let me. What's the mic policy?
You know,
So anyway, she held me back because she said I was immature. I don't know how you be immature for a 5-year-old. Yeah.
Your mama let that happen?
No.
I'm surprised Miss Cliffy let that ride.
Oh, you should have been socially promoted. Nah. I should have been promoted because I was 6'2" in the kindergarten, but that didn't happen. So anyway,
what the hell, my baby?
Now I got to remember these two addresses.
But not for nothing academic. You getting held back to my socially immature. Man, me and Miss Goins would have had that business.
I did not. That was one of the issues. Yeah.
Oh my God, this lady alters your life. For that? I can't. I can't.
So anyway,
I can't. This too much.
now that I've unearthed this childhood trauma, we're gonna work it out though. We're gonna work it out. So I have to remember these two addresses. And I'm in the office one day, and she's still living. I see her now. Miss Cleghorn used to work in the office. And so she would see me because I was in the office on the regular. Yeah, I knew your boy, Mr. Belcher. I mean, you know, I spent a lot of time, quality time in the office, Mr. Hughes. And so, oh, I remember, I got sick.
Who stays in the office?
And so now they have to.
kindergarten?
So she asked me my address. No, they resolved it. So she asked me my address, and I gave her the address on Ring.
You gave her the wrong address?
No, I gave her the right address.
Okay.
She goes, Keith, you know what? I live over there, and I never see you. I said, yeah, my mama don't let me come out the house. Once I come home from school, I've been forever. But I was just telling my mom that Saturday, I said, Mom, I had to remember 2 addresses and make sure, like if I'm filling out paper, I don't put down 3371. I have to put down, what was it, 1201 or whatever it was, 1203.
Well, today you could be a school board member if you could just keep it straight.
Hey, ooh, too soon.
Wow.
Okay,
what?
someone just text me. He said that's exactly how I was able to go to Marshall in the 7th grade from Congress School. Let me. Saturday, I had the opportunity to go to Bill Taylor's memorial service.
Bill Taylor.
Yeah.
Bill Taylor. What?
Yeah, Bill Taylor.
Bill Taylor. Which Bill Taylor?
Our Bill Taylor. Positive of Milwaukee.
What? I didn't know Bill Taylor.
Oh man, Bill Taylor passed in May. Yeah, it was his birthday.
Okay, I missed that moment. Okay.
Oh my God.
How was it?
It was. I love all African people all over the world.
I know. I was gonna say that's how you
beautiful.
starting.
It was beautiful. We had the Kothi dancers.
Okay.
So we started off with the drumming and the dance. We had the libations.
Who did it? Who did it? Yeah.
Mr. Amakunde.
I knew he did. He was Mr. Libation. I knew he did
Oh
it.
yeah, and he did it too.
He had his outfit on.
Yeah. Oh, everybody that I wasn't, but people were dressed in either African garb or white
clothes.
I wore my slave clothes. And then, you know, they had reflections from Congresswoman Gwen Moore, Tony Lucas, his good friend, Andrew Triplett, who both Tony Lucas and Andrew Triplett worked with him at Channel 4. Also, Andrew Triplett is an alum of Francis Parkman Junior High School. I always kid Tripp when I see him and say, dude, we knew you were going into television. He was doing AV. I mean, he was like the AV department. So, and then his family.
Because where was he from?
Interesting story. He was born in Atlanta. They moved to Chicago.
Okay.
He went into the military. He was at Fort Knox. This explains Louisville. He's at Fort Knox. He gets out the military and he goes to work at a radio station in Louisville.
I knew he was there.
Comes back this way. Ends up, I think he's one of the originals, if not soon after when they started WNOV.
Mm-hmm.
He was the jock. As a matter of fact, they had a picture of him in a WNOV basketball jersey with his signature Chuck Taylors. Yeah. Yeah.
Who had a team?
NOV had a team.
WNOV used to have a basketball team?
Yeah. You know who else? MCS had a team. No, it was LUM then.
Who did they play?
It was LUM. Same thing, but it was LUM because I played with LUM.
Who did y'all play? I mean, who did they play?
It'd be celebrity basketball games. It'd be like the sickle cell. Remember sickle cell anemia game?
Yeah.
Right. And so, yeah.
That is cool.
So his daughter, who was just rocking just this incredible afro.
Really?
Oh my God, it just looks so good. Danae looked great too. So
Okay.
but his son, Kwa, is a gifted violinist. Oh my God.
What's his name?
Kwa. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Kwao.
Okay.
Kwa. He was incredible.
Violinist. And he played.
He played. Man, he played.
Mm.
So it was a beautiful ceremony. I love Bill Taylor. We looked a little like, so I wondered, Bill Taylor, my daddy? I would say that to today. I said, I wonder, but love Bill Taylor.
Y'all do favor though.
Huh?
Y'all do favor.
I know, and this is America. Don't dismiss it. But no, it was beautiful. He was a great man. I mean, he did a lot for this community. He did a lot in this community by the people who showed up, the outpouring, and again. So again, shout out to Claiborne Denson. That was
so. I was gonna say, where was it?
It was at the Wisconsin Black Historical Society.
That was befitting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
Oh my
I
God.
missed this whole like I said, I was under slavery conditions.
Okay.
The last
It
few
happens.
days.
It happens.
Come on, man.
It happens.
It's awful, but I'm so glad because he deserved that tribute.
Yeah.
That's
Caller, welcome to the program.
Hey, good morning again. That's why I actually stopped in to talk about my experience at the memorial for Bill Taylor, man. It was just amazing. And it
Was that T-Ray?
was a time warp. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
It was a time warp for me, man, going back seeing people I hadn't seen in a long time, man. And, when Bill Taylor was on the air, working with 100 black men then, and he kept us in the public news, with the things we were doing with our mentoring, and he helped write the narrative for black men during that time. And I just had so many memories and flashbacks sitting there. And I did not know his son played the violin, and
That was amazing, wasn't it?
it was amazing. Una had me almost crying, man. It was beautiful, Keith.
The interesting thing about that memory, though, is that's the old Oasis Theater, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So every time I come up in there, I think about the Oasis. And,
The Black
I
Holocaust
saw
Museum.
Blackula there, man.
Is that right?
Yeah. First, I saw Blackula at the Oasis. Yeah.
That was a movie theater.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and see the reason why me and T-Ray was there was the theater closest to us. Did you ever go down to the Grand on Houghton?
Yes.
That was our theater.
Exactly.
And it closed, and that's how we ended up over at the Oasis because the Grand closed.
Where was the Grand at?
Keith,
Grand was on
Keith.
Yes.
library. Yep. 27th Street, 7th Street
So
Library.
was. Yep. So was.
I mean, that's the Historical Society, not the Holocaust.
Historical.
Yeah, historical. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Keith, just one thing before I go, man. I literally, publicly admit that I was scared to go to the park, man. I'm glad my mama didn't want me to go.
So
I ended up going.
Where did you end up?
Man,
Where'd you end up?
I actually ended up at Marshall.
Oh,
in the 7th grade.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you left Blaine and all them to go to Marshall. Blaine ended up at Marshall, though, right?
But then I got kicked out of. Wait, Keith. Then I got kicked out of Marshall and went back to King.
Okay.
All right, man. I gotta go.
Appreciate you. Good to see you. You were. It was quite a ceremony. It was. Man,
That's so crazy because I mean, like, and I'm listening to y'all. Like, my son literally just called me over the weekend, and he was just talking about how happy he is, like, with life right now. And so he was saying my grandson went to school, and he was just like, he's at a school. It's like predominantly a black school, everybody's black, administrators, principals, everybody, teachers. He said, Mount Parris is white, all the teachers is black, and he just said, just talking about the vibe and the energy in the room. And then he talks about his neighborhood. And so it's kind of funny because he's lived in mixed situations always, and so for him to just be saying like the idea of just that black Mecca and educational, and the school is like one of the highest performing schools. So It's funny that y'all was running from Parkman. Like,
Well, I wasn't running from Parkman as much as I wanted to go to Marshall.
why? What was the difference?
I was running from Fulton.
Why was you running from Fulton?
Yeah, they know what's happening down at the red and blue. Okay.
It was just like gang
The
activity.
red
What
and blue
going on?
was, that was my neighborhood. Those are all my folks.
Oh,
But Fulton was pretty rough.
really?
It was pretty rough. Yeah. But that would have been my neighborhood, junior high school. And but no, that was kind of interesting. So I always kid. Is it Terrell Martin?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to Fulton. I always call him Red and Blue. He said, "What up, black and gold? What's happening, Red and Blue?" And the interesting thing, I know y'all get tired of hearing it, but drill teams, male drill teams, Parkman and Fulton. And I'm not saying Fulton because no one ever pronounced it Fulton.
I never knew it was Fulton until like
Right.
maybe the last 3 years. People always said Fulton.
Fulton with an O.
Right.
But the drill teams, the brother precision team.
Adeline said we were one of the twins at Parkman, her and her sister Adrian. She
Yeah.
said, yeah, we were one of the sisters.
There was a whole lot of twins. I'm telling you, it's so crazy. I think I met her.
Adeline?
Yeah.
Adeline does all of the step in, you see.
Yeah.
If you ever seen.
I think she came up and introduced herself.
Okay, yeah, Adeline, but
And she
crazy
said,
work in the
she's one of
community.
twins. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of twins there. God, a lot.
That is crazy.
But anyway, but Parkman was such a black conscious school. And I don't know if they said that Mr. Douglas was a Kappa, but I think Charles Allen was an Alpha.
Okay.
And so our colors were black and gold.
Really?
We had a flag. We had a motto, better than the best. We had a song with the Parkman Panthers, right
What
on.
was the song? Who knows the song?
Right on. It
Who
was
can
called
sing the
Right On.
song? Does anybody know the song?
Yeah. Here, look at all my Parkman people calling in.
Can somebody, if somebody can sing the song, I got 2 tickets to State Fair. Like, I'm just saying, if somebody can sing the song, I got my personal 2 tickets. They can have them to go to State
Let's
Fair.
see. Call her up to the program.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Keith Parris.
Good morning, JT. He didn't go to Parkman. What's happening, man?
No, I went to West Division. I'm sorry, I went to West Division.
Where did you do your middle school?
He said it all with that.
Where did you do your middle school? Wells?
Excuse me?
You do your middle school at Wells, or did you go to the 8th grade at your?
I know. I went to Brown Street School,
Okay.
and from Brown Street School, I went to West Division.
Okay. So they went up to the 8th grade.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
All right.
Now, what I called in to add, by the way, Michelle, Debo, and who's that other person?
Carvey.
Harvey. I'm just messing, Harvey. I'm just messing. I'm just messing. But anyway, what I want to add, Keith, while you talk about Mr. Bill Taylor, and I didn't know him personally, but I do remember him. And I would like to add this. I think it was back in the middle of in the 1970s when Mr. Bill Taylor joined Channel 4 News and became an anchor.
Channel 4.
And I remember him when he started Positivity Milwaukee.
Right.
It was basically based on, wasn't anything said positive about the black community. So when Mr. Bill Taylor started Positivity Milwaukee, he concentrated on the positive things in the black community that was going on because the white media wasn't doing it. They was only talking about the negative things in the black community. So Mr. Bill Taylor started Positivity Milwaukee to talk about the positive things that's going on in the black community, and he concentrated on that. Now, when he retired from Channel 4, they changed that to include, I guess, everybody else. Right. But no, when Mr. Bill Taylor started Positivity Milwaukee, it was based on the positive things that was going on in the black community, period, because nobody else was doing it. So I just wanted to add that little bit in. But thank you, sir. Everybody have a good day.
All right. Thank you. Because I remember all the lyrics, and we're the Parkman Panthers, right on. We're better than the best, right on. And it was something. So if anybody out there remembers, but it opened up the door for a level of consciousness that I developed in my life just being there. There's a young lady who was my health my health teacher in the 7th grade, and in the 8th grade, I think she was my counselor. Um, it's Evelyn Hickenbottom, who is currently at Harvard University. And the books that they put, as a matter of fact, the book she had me read was Before the Mayflower. And I remember reading Lerone Bennett's Before the Mayflower, and then it was on. So to be able to have that consciousness, when is it Faith Coker? From Kothi. I reminded her that, when they first started Kothi, they performed at Parkland. We were like, I think I could have been 7th, 8th grader. Yeah. Was Miss Pitts there? Because Miss Pitts ended up becoming the principal there. Okay, that was after you, but yeah, she became the principal. Yeah, yeah. Was it 2 of them, 3 of them? 3 of them. Yeah, I remember. Oh yeah. You're listening to Community Voice. The phone lines are open 414-444-5250, 444-444-5250.
I mean, corporal punishment was allowed. We got rulers and we had the paddle.
I found out you didn't know a ruler was used for measuring, did you?
No. And that paddle called Jaws was some like you need to go to jail today for that.
I can't remember what Mr. Douglas called his beater. He had a name for his beater.
I'm the owner of Ebony Aesthetics. With over 17 years of experience, we provide quality care through skin and nail therapy for Black
honest.
Yeah, one of the
The
greatest
next
rulers.
question was, he said, was he black?
No, he was Chinese. No,
Mm-mm.
you know who our guy is? African, Mansa Musa, the richest man in history. Mansa Musa. He did the Mali dynasty, in the 1400s. Had the greatest Hajj in the history of Islam. He took 45,000 people to Mecca and brought them back and didn't lose anybody. And on the way to Mecca, he wrecked the economy in Egypt because he put so much gold in their economy. He was the richest man ever. He was a black man. Caller, welcome to the program. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, Keith. Good morning, man.
What's happening?
Hey, man, I think it's groovy. Hey, man, Michelle asked a question. Who lost kindergarten? Me and you.
Thank you, man. Another one. And you turned out okay,
man.
didn't you?
I did, man. And then I went to Parkman. You dig what I'm saying?
That's where we went. If you played kindergarten, you was at Parkman.
Oh my God.
They had a whole
Oh
little.
my God.
Now it's funny, man, that you say this because she was talking about me being held back. My mom didn't really disagree with that. There was a lot of reasons. That's why I'm such a real believer in early childhood education, right?
Right.
But I did have a third grade teacher, Miss Beeman, who wanted to put me in special C.
Yep. yeah, man.
My mama came up to that school. She said, "Woman, ain't nothing wrong with that boy. You're not putting him in special C." And I always tell this. I always use the scripture reference when the children of Egypt got to the Red Sea and they were scared to go across. God said two things. He said, "You need to keep moving while you're talking," and then he said, "These Egyptians that you see, you will see no more." My mama said, "This behavior that you see, you will see no more."
Hey, Keith, you know what, man? I had a third grade teacher at Keith Avenue.
Okay.
Her name was Miss Moore. She tried to do the same thing to me, man. And my big mama came up there and said, "No. Only thing he needs is a whooping." She took me in the cold room.
Right.
Hey, rest is history.
I think they call that the rod of correction.
Can you dig it?
And you know, it's real interesting. So let's talk about the story. So again, held back in kindergarten. MPS decided they were no longer going to do mid-year graduations. So two things happened based on your birth date. That's how we actually got into now. What is it? By September 1st, you need to be.
Right.
And so based on your test scores, because you would do Iowa Basics every 2 years to see where you were. Based on your test scores, I got into a class called 5T, 5 transitional. Did 3 semesters in 2. We did 3 semesters in 2. So it was able to catch up and then get me back, you know, on level.
Ultimately, you graduate on time.
Oh yeah.
It
was. I would have been, but then I would have graduated in December of 75 based on the old formula. So yeah, so I went to talk to a group of alternative high school students. These dudes wasn't paying, and ladies wasn't paying attention to me, and I'm just talking. You know, they just like dissing me. Da. Here we go, this college educated dude coming in, and I just kind of said, you know, because look, man, I flunked kindergarten.
That's right.
And then everybody would go like, "Oh, okay, all righty."
Hey, man, it's funny you say that. Because now I am a school teacher at Riverside, right? Can you dig it? And Michelle. And I was also the vice president of Black Student Union when you was president over at UWM.
I know.
TC.
I heard that conversation. That's so crazy.
But
I know you know.
and it's funny because I heard someone say this and it sounded trite, but it really is true.
Right.
Where you start your journey
Yeah, it's
not where you necessarily going to end up
But
in your
not
journey.
to even mention some of y'all, like and some of that y'all didn't even have no business being held back anyway. I'm sorry. I'm
yeah,
not.
yeah.
I'm glad I didn't have Monique's mama.
I know.
Hey, Monique's mama.
I know.
Her mama go like, oh, you gonna put her in special class? She's special? Oh,
That's right.
I signed her up. And Monique said my mama was illiterate. She didn't read the paperwork. She didn't know. So then I'm going to class thinking I'm special. And,
Right.
and here's the other thing about we call the special C. It wasn't necessarily because special C was. Did you ever see a girl in special C? I never saw a girl in special C.
No, it didn't. No,
Right, which was the tracking.
Exactly.
They were tracking black males.
Yes, they were.
Yep. And
Yes,
so
they
you
were.
go to special C because they were behavior issues.
Yeah.
That they weren't putting any money in special ed. Where now my uncle's a great example of this. My uncle was basically a lifelong alcoholic because my uncle was dyslexic and they didn't realize it. He was very smart, and so what he would do, he would act out.
Right.
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 Because he's embarrassed about how he's learning. Smart as the day is long. And we need to understand that kids, and you know this as a school teacher, kids learn differently.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
And we warehouse them, put them all in the class, assuming that everybody in the class, but no, I mean, George W. Bush is dyslexic. His mother used to do flashcards with him, right? To try to get him up. So learning disabilities is not intellectual disability.
Right.
It's how you learn. And a lot of these young brothers, because it'd be like, this dude is smart. Now that's real interesting because when I was in middle school, I always knew who the smart people were. I admired them. You know, so when I got into what was it at Parkman, you went you know what wasn't at Parkman? 13.
Hey,
that number 13?
Right. Yep.
Nowhere in
Better
Parkman.
than the best.
Better than
That's
the best.
right.
And
Yes,
so
Devo went there too though, but I don't know what happened to him. Hey, goodness, man. Y'all have a groovy day. But you know I love you.
I love his
apartment. Hey, right on Dorado. Y'all be groovy now.
Look, I love when he do that, man. Right on and be groovy. I just
there was a lot of work that went in to go from this place in peace. And I do not like because you won't put the work in. Yeah, minimize
I'm sorry,
all that hard work.
you
I put
holding
in.
that where you like?
Oh, I mean,
it was like
it's what 7 minutes into the program. You know, I'm kind of going like, wait a minute.
I'm just saying. No, I said it's no. I mean, I can tell people go from this place in peace. I don't know why I can never get that out. And when I hear it, I don't have to really do nothing. But when somebody tell you, no, I don't. I mean, because here go Debo. Yeah, you got to be peaceful. You got to do the work.
Tell me how valuable peace is.
I mean, I'm not saying. I'm just saying I don't feel like I have to do a lot because I'm peaceful. But when Debo said,
oh, let me do like
you about to start singing. Lady, I mean, what was all of that? What?
Let me do what you did to John. Can we roll back? You called John. You said, wait a minute, John. We need to go back.
I'm peaceful. What did you talk about? Thank you very much. You'll never hear no drama about me.
If there is a picture of peaceful in the dictionary, I can assure you,
I am there.
See Michelle Bryant is not that
front
picture.
And center. What about me is not peaceful? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You ain't got nothing. I'm peaceful.
Right.
Oh, now you want to wake up and have something to say? you want to get loud now?
Devo, this place used to be on fire. I got to come in after she done said she burning the world down.
Excuse you.
And so then here I come.
Yeah.
Hello, I am the voice. Because she got the world on fire.
I don't appreciate that characterization.
Speaking of fire, James Fortune, Saturday. But they had this band from Chicago. They were family. Two big dudes.
Now tell people where you were.
I was at the Black Arts Festival. And the reason why I'm wearing this T-shirt for Black Arts Fest is my wife loves their T-shirts, right? These are great T-shirts. So I'm running all over the festival grounds trying to find T-shirts because my wife said, "Bring me back a T-shirt." Wandering around, I see a guy with the staff polo on, Mr. Wesley, and he took care of it for me. And so he said to me, well, he took care of it. So I appreciate that, only to find out that the T-shirt stand was right to the right of the main stage, and I did not see that until I got the T-shirt. But anyway, it was. But they had this band. I'm assuming they're from Chicago. Big dude, tiny little girl. I mean, this little girl, she's a woman, but she's so little.
Okay.
Michelle. The vocals, the background vocals was tight. They all could sing. It was,
that helps.
man,
That
it
helps.
was, whoa. And I was like, okay. But I don't think it was local talent. But it was fantastic. I did not stay, though they were rolling in for the Divine Nine party. Guess they got out the heat because I think last year was 4-6 this year. But they were representing. So the Divine Nine was in the house. Caller, welcome to the program.
I want to ask you a question because I'm like kind of confused yesterday because I heard you talk about peace. And I know it was none of it yesterday on the streets with the reckless driving and things of that nature. Well, I was driving and I seen them, them Nissan Sentras, they ain't nothing but styrofoam and saran wrap.
Okay.
When I seen people driving crazy, one woman went up on the curb and one person thought they was going to run into me and I wanted them to hit me so they could fly through their windshield like Superman. My question for you.
Wait. What kind of car do you drive?
I drive a Tundra.
Okay. I just was trying to get over your description of the Nissan Sentra, so that's why I was like, "Well, damn. Well, what kind of car do you drive?"
It ain't a lot of cars.
I just wanted to know. I wanted to have context. Okay, bro. I'm sorry to interrupt. Keep going.
So I'm trying to understand. Do you feel free will is too much responsibility for some of these people to do what is right? Because I just kind of felt it was yesterday was monkey see, monkey do. Give a monkey a banana and watch him act a fool. Do you feel they have a unique taste for steel bars, concrete walls, and silver toilets? Or do you feel they have a fetish for race play since some of them need to be told what to do or control, like farm animals or things with leashes around their neck, since having the free will to do right is so hard for them to do? Because I'm still trying to figure this out. I heard you say earlier something about a learning disability. Do you feel some of these individuals who have free will, you think they have a very issue with a learning disability where they can get a crazy check since everybody want to act like they don't know what to do? And, I'm just trying to figure out.
Well, yeah, it's interesting. That is interesting that, yes, free will means that people can make good decisions.
I do believe in monkey see, monkey do, though, on some of this driving.
Oh, yeah.
Because I literally have had like one car just start acting or, come up on us acting crazy. And then all of a sudden you see other, cars start lane switching. And then I'll keep driving, even though it's not like I could be going somewhere else. But I'm like, I just want to see. And I'll start following them. They're not going to the same place. These cars clearly don't know one another. But one idiot or one person starts swerving or, weaving in and out of traffic or want to get around because everybody driving too slow. And then literally 2 or 3, 4 cars start doing the exact same thing. And they were already in traffic. They were not doing this until this one driver started. So I've seen that.
And I don't want to just put it on these on the young ones, because I'm starting to see these old dried up 4-pack drying $20 for a piece of cat coochie bill driving individuals drive like that too. And I know they know better as well. And I know they probably don't got a life insurance policy or a one to throw it in or a pot to piss out. So my thing is, why do they keep doing it when they know they don't have no money to get paid to get anything fit?
Well, I think you got a couple of things going on. You got free will. I like that. You have I don't give a damn going on, right? You have people who like the thrill going on. So there's a lot out there, and people don't understand we're sharing these spaces with one another. But I think that they're just more cars in the hands of younger people.
So
And-
do you think they need to be told by somebody that's white who have authority for them to act right?
No,
Because they're not livestock.
No.
Because if there's somebody come back like Brian, they're gonna get attention, and y'all know how he was. So my thing is, why should it have to go that far?
You know what, Alan? I think you got another thing operating here too, which is the exceptional Negro. Thank you. Which is the exceptional Negro. Like it happens to everybody except me until it happened to you. I can't drive past a cemetery with a fence where somebody hadn't run up on the fence at the cemetery.
Well, why do you want to just go to the cemetery?
They're going to be there.
enrollment.
Trust me. They're on their way. They're on their way.
Because they got all them plots. All they got to do is put their foot on the wheel
Yep.
and just scream and just run all up in the cemetery and do us a favor. Because they ain't going to let you in heaven. And they said they don't want no niggas in hell. So I don't know where they're going to go. Have a good Monday.
All right.
Thank you.
Black people can't go to hell. Where can we go, Michelle?
Huh?
We can't go to hell. Where can we go?
Who said we can't go?
You just said they don't want us in hell.
Who can't go? Ain't nobody thinking about what Al said. Who can't go?
You know somebody
They're
going
already
out.
there.
You don't want to do.
Got it on lock.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
I'm just coming to check it out. I ain't staying.
And then you know what she gonna ask?
I gotta
her?
be able to report.
So let me
on
get
it.
this straight. Y'all don't have ADA down here?
I gotta go Facebook Live.
Facebook Live from
I
hell.
gotta go Facebook Live from hell. I'm like, see community.
You and that Facebook Live. You be giving me a hard time about being a cub reporter, but oh my God,
I just think about the people that's not there that wanted to be there.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm not going for news purposes.
Because Patty LaBelle was some of the best reporting, some of the best reporting I ever.
I had so much fun with that Patty LaBelle.
I walked over there. I'm going, is she like live? And then she tried to pull me in.
And I don't know.
Oh,
why.
here's my colleague.
That's
Keith
right.
Parris.
My colleague. We got to tell the people what's going on.
I'm glad I was with
Media
my wife.
outlets was depending on my story.
There you were. Caller, welcome to the program.
Hey, good morning.
What's happening?
All right, I heard you all talking about the drill team at Parvin. I just wanted to add to the conversation. I was one of the drummers from 73 to 75 for the Parvin drill team.
Hey.
Oh, that's the Larry Dunlap group, right? No,
Yes,
Larry
sir.
was
Yes,
gone
sir.
before.
Well-
You said 72 to 75?
73 to 75.
Oh yeah, so we were gone because I was going to 72. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right, man. You was the drummer, huh?
One of the drummers.
The drummers always got all the girls. They
Do
did.
you know, anytime we interview musicians, ask them where they got their start. 9 out of 10 of them got their starts on the drum.
I'm just saying the
They
drummers
got
is
these.
cold. But let me tell you what I had to get used to now. So I keep up with a lot of HBCU colleges. I follow a lot. I wasn't ready for the male majorettes. I just gotta be honest. I wasn't ready. And because of the way we are today as a society, things are changing. And so you think about the majorettes at these historically black colleges, you know what they look like.
Male, which school?
I don't want to say, but they have male majorettes. And so they got little outfits on and they be twirling their batons and carry it out. And I was like, we got male majorettes. And, but why not? I guess why not? But I was not ready when I turned, because I'm already getting used to white drum majors at HBCUs.
Okay.
That's still like, I think Alabama State has a white drum major now.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, they always seem to be the featured person now.
Mhm.
Because I guess black people still can't believe you a drum major. So when everybody they video on just the white boy, doing his thing, and they all live up to the standard, to the hype. They're all very good, but I was not ready for the male majorettes. I wasn't ready.
Do they dress differently than
They-
the female?
They do,
majorette?
thank
Okay,
God.
thank
They
God.
do dress differently, but it still was like a little shorts and a little
Because when
tie.
you were showing
Ah,
me
what the
at these guys who
Are interested in the sororities.
Jason.
Yeah.
What do you call them?
So
Jason.
Miakas,
Okay.
Greek. Sorority adjacent. So the AKAs have the Miakas. And, somebody like got at me like, don't act like you don't know it's some men that, are interested in being deltas.
Right.
And I wouldn't say it.
I know you said that.
And so a whole bunch of AKAs got at me like, oh, for real, miss, if you go tell it all. For real. I said, now when it come to my business. But okay, so for transparency, the men that want to be deltas, they're called the Delta Gents. They call themselves Delta, but at least they say Delta Gents.
Okay.
They don't say Miakas and no foolishness. But it's the same madness, though. It's the same. It
says something about, and it kind of gets back to.
And I mean madness in a politically correct kind of way.
You're not saying that's so gay.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
You said that is just a certain madness.
Yes, that's the,
Which is why you have to appreciate all African people.
All over the world.
All over the world. Let me ask you, because you traveled in Africa. After a while, did you go like, I see you? And South Africa is a little bit different because we're more, but.
What do you mean, I see you?
I see you. It's like that woman who saw you in Jamaica and said, oh, you have beautiful skin. You don't need to believe. She saw you. She saw you. And so I see, I hope they see me, but I see indigenous African people. I was joking last week. I said, Nigeria is like the state of Mississippi. So many black people out of the state of Mississippi, so many Nigerians throughout the world. I was watching the Japanese women's basketball team.
Okay.
Their two tallest players were Nigeria.
I'm gonna just say okay. And I don't know what happened to my man Noah, but anyway, I don't know. It hurt
He ain't that good.
He is that good.
No, he ain't that good.
He is that good.
He ain't that good.
He is that good.
He was struggling in the.
But he is that good.
And then we thought he had lost the race.
Yeah, I know. But he is that good. And he is the fastest man in the world.
He ain't Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
He ain't even Carl Lewis.
What go? I don't know what y'all be hating on. What is that?
He's Michael Johnson. Well, Michael Johnson 200, 400 now. So, but he's running 200 though.
But he wasn't always in the 100.
Yeah,
but
he
was in the 200. He wasn't always.
Yeah, 200 is his race.
Right.
Yeah. So the fact
100 was a stretch race.
He won by 2/100ths of a second.
I heard like a 5,000th of a second.
It was the times were incredible.
Photo finish.
See, and that little dude, what's his name, Hackney from England, stuck off on him.
Oh my God.
With the mullet, he stuck off on him. Call him, we see. Call back 414-444-5250.
Go to the video on YouTube.
But the thing about it, though, 5250, we're going to take a break. But the interesting thing was, an American has won the 100 in like 20 years.
Yeah, we finally got on time. You still on cam?
I thought you would ask me. You're listening to Community Voice. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Join us for the 13th annual Bronzeville Week, a celebration of Milwaukee's rich African American culture. Bronzeville Week takes place Saturday, August 3rd through Saturday, August 10th. Saturday, August 3rd starts with the Harambe 5K Walk Run. On Sunday, August 4th, Bronzeville Cultural and Arts Festival, and ends with the Bronzeville Art Walk. Log on to milwaukee.gov/Bronzeville for a complete list of events. Bronzeville Week is presented by Alderwoman Malele A. Cox, City of Milwaukee, Historic King Drive Bid Number 8, Brewers Community Foundation, and Bader Philanthropies.
Milwaukee, are you ready for a free event that brings the community together like never before? Then mark your calendar. The WNOV, Milwaukee County Office of Equity, and the City of Milwaukee Health Department's 9th Annual Community Resource Fair is back and better than ever. Join us on Saturday, August 17th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Clinton Road Senior Center, located at 3045 North Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. It's a day filled with fun, resources, and connections. At our resource fair, you'll find valuable information and services. Need assistance with healthcare? We've got you covered. Looking for educational opportunities? Explore the options. Enjoy delicious food and activities for the entire family. Meet WNOV hosts and enter our raffle for a chance to win amazing prizes. Everyone is welcome. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to discover what our community has to offer. Join us at the WNOV, Milwaukee County Office of Equity, and the City of Milwaukee Health Department's 9th Annual Community Resource Fair on August 17th. Together, let's build a stronger, more connected Milwaukee.
Be sure to stop by and visit all of these fine sponsors.
The New Pitts Mortuary, Lakeview Health, Wisdom, Micah, and Free, AARP, Autism Society of Southeastern Wisconsin,
Centers for Independence, Employ Milwaukee,
Housing Resources, Northside Milwaukee Health Center, Family Medicine Residency Program,
1MKE, Progressive Community Health Centers,
Greater Milwaukee Urban League, Wisconsin Black Chamber of Commerce,
U.S. Bank, Milwaukee County Department of Health and Human Services Child Support Services,
Medical College of Wisconsin Cancer Center.
For more information, visit our website at www.WNOV860.com. See you there. This message was brought to you by WNOV, your voice of the community.
Everybody knows if it's summer season, it's festival season. And Potawatomi has the winningest one, WinFest. You could make it an awesome August with a share of $500,000. Play with your rewards card for entries. Hourly drawings every Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. $25 grand in cash and prizes each drawing. It's the $500,000 WinFest. Get in on the fun. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. More info at pacebig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Bacchus Insurance Group, along with Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing Incorporated, would like to present Mindful Mondays, a dynamic monthly gathering and wine tasting event designed to empower aspiring business owners and professionals to forge new paths in emerging industries. Join us August 5th, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. to learn more about the artificial intelligence industry, located at Greenwood Park Gallery and Framing at 4233 West Fond du Lac Avenue. For tickets, go to greenwoodparkgallery.com or call 414-444-5166.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Parris.
Oh.
You guys just answered the phone.
Oh, hey, what's happening?
I know Mr. Debo won't answer, but
Well, he just answered. That's how you got on the air.
oh, well then. Oh, thank you, Mr. Debo. I had no idea. But anyway, okay.
What's up, man?
Wow. Just listening. I know. Actually, what kind of like motivated me I was listening to Miss Bryant's show, and the way that one guy who always calls in, and he seems to act as if when he talks about Black people and our condition all over the world, but he minimizes what contributed to Black people's state of disarray. So when you hear people like that are Caucasian or whatever their persuasion may be, I don't know what your ethnicity is, I'm not even concerned with it. But when I hear people talk like that, it's only a reminder of the mentality, the prevailing mentality when it comes to us as a people. How anybody can just jump up and claim that they have our best interest in mind, but they have never done anything to prove it other than provide an opinion. And the opinion is slighted, it's biased, it's condescending, and in a lot of cases, it's not even necessary, because only those of us who think that we can't make it in the world without the involvement of the slave master's children, those are probably the only people that will listen to that. And if we can't see that with the stuff with Donald Trump and all these Black people coming out of wherever they're coming from, if we can't understand that Willie Lynch is real, we can't see that these people, how can you accept just blatant disrespect without, it doesn't bother you at all. It just only reminds me of what the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said in the book, The Flag of Islam, and how we as a people are like the moon without its water. And we're crying to get our water back. That's why we're dead, because the moon is dead because it has no water. We are a dead people because we lack water, which is representative of knowledge. And the knowledge that we have been consumed of, or the knowledge that has been poured into us, is the knowledge that makes us go against one another, that looks at us as individuals. And they say things like, Black people are not a monolith. The reason why you think that way is because the white man's thinking is predominantly how you view things. That's just the way that it is. And I'm not going to close my eyes or my ears or my mouth, because I know better. And I know that why we are in the condition that we are in. And finally, if you think that listening to some man who hates God is a light to a path, then I don't know what level of foolishness you represent or stand for. I just don't understand that. Thank you.
All right, appreciate you. All right, man, we joined in the studio. Pull up to the mic, man.
Hey.
Trey from Great Impressions. What's on there, man?
Good morning.
Yeah. Great
Impression.
impression.
For no reason.
Oh, yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
They did a good job.
Huh? We exceed your expectations. I told Trey when I first met his mom, the first thing, and we were at a business council luncheon, and she came up and someone introduced us, and I started singing her jingle.
I know she gets sick of it because people sing it all the time for no reason.
Because it's good.
I mean, like, for no reason, you just bust it. And we'll be around the house and just.
And we went back to the original now, right? Yeah. I think, well, that's a different radio station. But anyway, what's happening, Trey?
Nothing much, man. Busy, but blessed.
Busy doing what? Why are you busy, man?
It's just that time of year, family reunions, a lot of print work going on. So
Okay.
Staying a little bit later in the shop than I like to, but I'm grateful.
So what kind of printing do you do for like family reunions? What would that?
Sure. So, everyone has that T-shirt that they wear at the cookout. So we're doing those a lot. And some that are more organized, they have like a printed program as well. So we'll do that also.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry. Who is this? Can you tell people his name?
He said my name, but
give us your government name, Trey.
I'm just saying, connection to the stove.
I'm trying to do this interview, but I'm getting help, man. Okay, please. Hey, why don't you introduce yourself to our listening audience? Please give us your government name.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. I am Ray Trey Walker, owner, operator, son of Carolyn Walker at Great Impressions Graphics and Printing. Thanks for having me on again. I understand it is Black Business Spotlight Month. So
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. You do great work.
Thank you.
So we back to, if I can get back to the interview, Cap, may I?
Just saying, the whole community. It's just like, oh, that's who that young brother is. That's Carolyn's baby. All right now. And he's doing the thing at the business. That's all I'm saying. We all feel better now.
So during the summer, busy period for you. So you do T-shirts?
Quite a bit. So, I can do a quick rundown of the four main areas we operate in. As you've alluded to, we have a full catalog of apparel. So we stay pretty busy there, from your screen printed design to embroidery to hats, jackets, you name it. Additionally, promotional items. So things like tumbler cups, pins, whatever you want your branding on, we can put your logo on it. We have over 500,000 products that we have access to decorate. A lot of you all know us for our memorial items. So, unfortunately, people do pass away every day, and we take honor in, celebrating your loved one's life, walking you through that process. And we understand it's probably the first time for a lot of people. So just help you navigate through that space. We take pride in that. So, again, your obituaries, but additionally, we do T-shirts, we do candles, dog tags, anything to remember your loved one.
What would a candle look like?
what would a candle look like? It's a vertical standing candle, narrow, and it has usually the cover from the obit. So it has the picture, timeline, or your time lifespan. But it's custom, whatever you want on there, honestly.
You know, it is in terms of being able to, and let me again, before I even met you, you all had did my best friend's obituary.
Okay.
I mean, his funeral program. And there's a picture of him with, he wore the straw hats. And so there's a picture of him walking with the hat and his back. And I suggested to his wife, said, let's see if we can have him walking into a cloud. Y'all did that.
Nice.
It was like, It was so cold to see him. It was basically, didn't put wings on him, just had him walking into the clouds. That was beautiful, man. Y'all do great work.
Thank you. I mean, I'm very proud of the designers we have in-house on staff. They've been with us for a while. She still helps out. She's not officially on the team, but yeah, she still helps out. But I just also wanted to add kind of what we're talking about, as time develops, we're now in 2024 with AI, we're able to do some really cool things with photos as far as photo enhancement. So you may have like blemishes on a particular image you want to clean up. And we've been able to clean up a lot of photos.
I got one or two of them for you. What if I said no?
So, no, I seriously wanted to ask this question. I've known your mom for a long time, and I've watched you guys from afar. One of the things that we have seen when we talk about black business ownership, succession planning, is that a lot of the kids don't want to do the parent business that their parents started. And when I first I talked to your mom, because I ended up staying in the house in Martha's Vineyard with one of y'all family.
Okay.
And so we got to talking. I said I was from Milwaukee. She was like, "Oh, my cousin's in Milwaukee." I think she's from Detroit.
Yep.
And so one thing led to another. We cracking up like, "No, what's the odds of this? We together in Martha's Vineyard, stayed in the same house." But I have talked to black businesses after black businesses in this town, and a lot of the kids either come for a little bit and then they wreck the business, or they don't even want to come back. The decision that you made to be in the family business, to continue the legacy and the work that your mom and your family have built up, I guess I'm just curious about that, because we start a lot of them, but we can't pass them off to anybody.
Right. Sure.
That's a great question.
Yeah. I think this gives me opportunity to give a little bit more background on myself. So, and the business. So we started back in '98, and pretty much as soon as I was able to move my hands, walk, talk, like she put us to work, me and my sister. So, I grew up in the business, but in doing so, as a lot of those other youth have, in their family's business, we see the benefit of it as we're living. It's allowed me to go to college. It's allowed food on the table, clothes on my back. So, seeing all of that and, just watching my mom hustle, doing her thing, it's been inspiring. So I've taken a
Central State.
I was at FAMU.
FAMU, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, you. But I've taken a pride in just kind of watching her and establish a knack for business. So as you suggested or said, I did go to Florida A&M University, got my undergrad and graduate degree there, but always had the plan to come back and help the business. So May of last year, I left my corporate job and I'm full-time with the business. And, it's been a good journey.
Let me just say thank you.
For sure.
It means a lot that business stays intact and stays open and continues to serve our community. But thank you. And I know that's not going to be everybody's journey.
Yeah.
But people work so hard to create this. And like you said, it ends up financing education and creating opportunities, allowing you to travel. And then people don't want to come back, and I mean, everybody gets to have their dream. And I may not be, my mother's dream, but bruh, thank you, man.
Thank you.
I want to say
thank you. And I want to add something too, while it is, Black Business Spotlight Month. Through great impressions and the resources that we have, I've been able to launch my own business, Still Focus. You see, I'm wearing it today, but I'm online at stillfcsd.com. check out the merch, just to offer some feedback or share, like, repost. But again, through the business, I've been able to have access to embroidery, graphic designers, put concepts together, put mock-ups on my, t-shirts, have a Shopify store, and just, really understand business and commerce. So thank you.
What when you look at the challenges now, it was just like photographers, right? Now with the cell phones, people can do a lot of what photographers do.
Absolutely.
So what is the impact? You were talking about AI earlier. What's the impact, or you're using it as a benefit for your business, but it could also be a challenge or a competitive challenge for your business, right?
Yeah. So with anything, as things change, you just adjust with the change. I always I've been calling right now the Canva era, like the .com boom or whatever. Like I think that right now we're in the Canva era where everyone has a Canva account. They consider themselves graphic designers, and some stuff comes out really good. But we're on our end receiving a lot of print ready files or things that they just want printed.
I got one for you now.
Yep. And that's great, because still just adjusting with the time, or still seeing an opportunity there, we're able to let that new person come in that has never been to our shop. Hey, here are some of the other things that we do, and still bridging a gap, or making a relationship on other areas of business. So it may not be the design of that print job, but we may do t-shirts the following week or following month for that customer.
It's the family reunion t-shirts that by the time it gets to you, it's probably been about 8 or 9 fights. But
oh yeah, anybody, black people drinking all day, it's gonna happen.
You say black people drinking.
It's gonna happen.
That red cup affair.
Yep.
How important is it to have Black-owned printing?
Explain a little more what you mean.
Well, what I'm saying is, in terms of, there are people out who, obviously we still have a printing business, right? People doing it. But I'm just, it seems like we're losing some things as a community. And so I was trying to get to the importance of what you all do.
Sure.
And the importance, not only what you do, but in this case, how you look. And that's what I mean. So there are threats to, Black businesses.
For sure.
I mean, if you look at the funeral business, there used to be, Black people, that was us. But now with these multinational funeral homes companies, they're buying out a lot of, Black funeral homes. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying in terms of niche.
I mean, we could stay right there and just kind of focus on that memorial, which is one of our niche groups. We celebrate a loved one's life a lot differently than other cultures. We take a lot of time with the poems, the tributes, the pictures. As we got memorial t-shirts, airbrush, it's a whole thing. So us recognizing that, taking the time to really, celebrate that person's life and display who they were. I think that's a unique skill set, or one of our value propositions, compared to a non-Black printer.
Some of the other things, I was fascinated when you so different events, obviously weddings, family reunions, birthday parties, memorial services. What's some of the other things? People having parties,
graduation,
baby
showers, life events, people starting new businesses.
So what do you see the future like?
For print?
I mean, and just for what you do in terms of your business going forward.
Sure. Again, a lot of people are shifting to more digital, so they just need a nice flyer that they can share on their social media. But still, us being a full union print shop, we've been afforded a lot of opportunities to print campaign work. We've done 2 pretty good jobs for Team Harris recently, so that was really cool. But yeah.
Do you all do like the lawn signs?
All day. Yep. Yard signs, door hangers, mailers.
You listening, Harris campaign? They do lawn signs. Your mom is a soror, right?
She is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's also your soror. The lawn signs. It's real interesting because I saw some of the adjustments. We had started off Biden Harris, and they didn't have the Harris, and they're probably holding off on that cost because they need to be able to put the vice president on there. So whoever that will be, we might find out later today who that individual is. Other things you do, banners.
Oh yeah, large format banners, step and repeat backdrops. As this nice one here in the studio. Yep, we did this one. Retractable banners.
What's that called?
It's a step and repeat backdrop. So it's just you see that image repeated. It's good for this or like when people taking photos at events.
Okay.
Table skirts, pretty much anything you need to be branded at a conference, like we've got it. Yeah. Anything you need your branding on, it's a good chance we do it.
Okay. So do you all have, I know from time to time you all do events. Do you have any events coming up?
Greater Impressions doesn't have any events, but since you asked,
well, what was a couple of years ago we went to kickball tournament?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Like may consider that back. But since you asked about events, listeners, August 24th, the Noops are having a party at the Elevate. It's from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. So come party with us. I'm cordially inviting all the ladies to, show up, bring your best, and have a good time. Hey,
what's a Noop?
A Noop is a brother of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated.
That's what I thought, but
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it's important. Do you also do? Obviously, you do the work if people want to get their Greek gear.
Yes. Obviously mindful of licensing, but
I was going to ask you. Yep. Do you need a special license to do that?
But we have been allowed to do some print work.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Yeah, I guess because you're using an image, and so do they. That's fascinating because I know that there are stores out there and online groups that offer, I'd say Greek wear, but they would have been licensed in order to be able to use the image and be able to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
For sure.
Well, we was talking. You said you wanted to be a DJ, right? That kind of.
Thank you for plugging that in. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's amazing how you have something, and Michelle was talking to you about your mom and how you came back and you supported the business. I am in radio because of my mom.
Okay.
My mom, literally, my wife and I was talking about it yesterday. She literally drugged me to be her co-host on her bi-weekly radio program, right? And 17 years later, I'm at WNOV, and I would have never thought
you were voluntold, as they say.
Oh man, it was just like, it was. But then here's what's real interesting: you begin to love it, and so there's a buddy of mine, and I don't know if he's listening. And my mom, first of all, my buddy who you did his funeral program, became our co-host. My mom said, "Why don't you get Bobby? Bobby seems to know a lot." The only reason why my mother had me on her program, she was under the mistaken notion because I graduated from college, I would bring some intellectual gravity to the program. That didn't happen, right? So my buddy comes in and he's doing the show, and I was a little salty at first because first you don't want to go. Now you become territorial, right? So one day he would just come, and then all of a sudden my mom changed her intro to "Welcome to Community Talk" with your host, Miss Cliffy Parris, and her co-host, Bobby Crimes and Keith Parris. When did he become a co-host? So Bobby had passed, and she asked one of my buddies I went to high school with, just come on the program. Now, the last time she asked one of my buddies come on the program, he ended up coming, So she came on, and I got real quiet. My mom hung up, and she called back. She said, "Well, he's not going to be the regular co-host." I said, "Oh, okay, then we cool. Because I bring my friends, and the next thing I know, they sit next to me at the mic, So, but going to that business, And Michelle is right. There's a whole lot of people. I had an opportunity to talk to Priscilla Cogs Jones and talk to Andrea Pratt. You know, they running for elected offices, and they waited. Andrea, I mean, you know, she really waited because they were saying I was in the family business. I saw it. I had to go out with my dad, Andrea, and write down stuff and write down addresses. And Priscilla was saying how, you know, we get dropped off and we have to hand out flyers. You know, they're like 9, 10 years old. So after a while, you hate the family business. But that really wasn't the case, right?
Yeah.
Because how old would you have been when your mom started the business?
8 years old.
Right. So you're a prime example of what I'm talking about. So she took you down to the shop?
Did she? Took me down to the shop. Before we had a shop, we would because we didn't have full equipment, so we'd be renting from like a Kinko's.
Okay.
I'm up 10, 11 p.m. on a school night. Me and my sister. Her friend always would jokingly say, "I'm gonna call Child Protective Services."
Child labor violations.
But yeah.
I think, but yeah, I mean, we talk about that. And then one of the things, you know, we have just as in terms of business and what is transferable wealth, right? And for us, a lot of times, obviously the most basic transferable piece of wealth is a house, right? But then businesses are also, because right now, obviously there's an issue with the Murdoch family and who's going to get the business, right? Who's going to control the business. So, but she brought up a great point, the fact that it meant so much. Is it helpful though? What your experience has been? Your mom's receptive a lot of times when you come in with ideas.
Oh, absolutely. She looking for me to take lead. Like, what you think?
Cool.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, I mean, when they ever put the trust in you like that, because you know some people come in, it's just like a non-starter. We were talking about hiring, you know, family members. And what was the woman down in St. Louis, Sweeties?
Yeah.
And man, you be going like, sometimes your worst employee is a family member, right? I mean, it's just like, come on, man, to be able to do it. Well, I think I got some work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always happy to help.
Get some ideas. So again, great impressions. Phone number, address.
We can be reached at 414-536-7646. We are on the corner of 54th and Burleigh. That's 5330 West Burleigh Street, just up the street from St. Joe's. But yeah, come on in. We here when you need us. Happy to help. We do have a special right now running in the Shepherd Express. You can get 10 t-shirts for $79. That's one location, you know, front imprint, but 10 t-shirts starting at $79. Oh yeah, don't
can't do multiple.
Decorate the whole shirt.
Can't do multiple colors.
No, one color. You can do multiple color image, but can't switch the color of the shirt.
I wonder who came up with the bright idea of memorial t-shirts. I don't know how to feel about memorial t-shirts. I was at a funeral and someone said to the people in the memorial t-shirts, they said, now you might have a kinship to the person, but it should be deeper than that t-shirt.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You know, and
I mean, it happens, but we do see cases where people are looking for that excuse out of work. So they need a t-shirt done or.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
As documentation that they were, what? They get a t-shirt done to get off of work.
I've seen it done. I can't say that we've supported, but I've seen it done. Confirmation,
right?
Yeah.
Well, I know the funeral program is usually sufficient for us in child support, where you can show relationship. Well, I don't know if fifth cousins should be able to get off the same as you know, siblings and spouses, and that's always the fascinating thing in terms of you had that one cousin that nobody really knew. They heard about it and then come for the funeral, and nobody know who they are, but they up talking.
Oh, yes.
Like you're like a 13th cousin. What nobody even remembers, you know, and don't let them travel. You know, it's one thing they're in the city, but they done got on the plane, the bus, the train. Be here today. I need to say something. I need to speak. Let me ask a question. Is there an added cost if you add a QR code to, let's say, like an invitation?
We typically do those for $20. We'll create an ad, but if you have one already created, it's no cost. But
Now, we say already created. What does that mean?
so if you have that box, and we're literally just taking that box and placing it, you already generated the code. Okay. We can just take that.
So there's a whole process that you do to create that code.
Yeah, you just take the URL and plug and make it correspond with that box,
and then that would lock you in and take you to where you need to go,
wherever that URL is.
I was wondering how that worked in terms of us. One of the fascinating things, I think it was trains that first started using barcodes. They used the freight trains, and then they could read the barcode, let you know what it is. But now, just about everything has a barcode.
You see the talk of chips in the hand,
right?
That's crazy.
Well,
let me ask you this: what is the most challenging part of the business? Is it the work itself, or interaction with customer base? What is the most that you found to be the most challenging with the business?
That's a good question. I would really say just production and workflow management as it relates to the time, because we're afforded the same hours in a day, but we're so passionate about meeting customer needs and going above their expectations. It sometimes will bottleneck our workflow. So just keeping things moving and under promise, over deliver. That seems to be a challenge, a consistent challenge.
How do you keep it fresh? I mean, most times I'm certain that 9 times out of 10 people may come to you with a design. They already know what they want.
Mm-hmm.
But how do you keep it fresh when they're asking you to create something for them?
Staying educated, keeping familiar with different trends in the market, just seeing what's going on.
You guys create logos, things of that nature.
Absolutely. Yeah. I would say that, just staying educated, keeping familiar with the market.
Mr. Ray Walker,
sir,
or as he's famously known, Trey.
That's me.
Your mom went to Central State, right? I'm putting somebody in your family in Central State. Nobody in your okay. Okay. Nope. She didn't either. Nope. Always good seeing you, man.
Likewise, man.
Anything you want to leave with us before you?
I'll just say, hey, this November we all got a job to do. And
you get political up in this
educate
piece.
Yourselves, do the right thing. We all got some work, and we got a job to do. So let's get it done.
I appreciate you, Mr. Trey Walker. Great impressions. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. right, welcome back. Let me bring it down a couple octaves. All right, welcome back to Camille. Hey, that's my Mickey Mouse. Hey. So, bro, Trey, we were talking a little bit. Been watching the Olympics.
I have. Shout out to Noah Lyles. Got it done.
Let's barely.
I know, yeah, it's questionable, and that photo was questionable. So
it was, and he got it. Well, I didn't realize it's not your feet, it's not your head, it's your torso, right?
Yeah.
And that's what. Okay, he's good. Me and Michelle were just going back and forth on this. He's good. He's no Carl Lewis. You know, he is no Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he just barely, and these are like pretty much unknown dudes.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the one guy from Jamaica, but no, we were laughing about is the kid from Britain with the mullet, with that strange hair. He caught him in. I think he caught him in the semis. He beat him in the semis. Yeah. So, good year. You know, it's real interesting. Track and field is big in Europe. I mean, it is big in Europe. They sell out stadiums for track and field. Track and field is not that big here.
You think it's nowhere near as big as football out there, though?
Football, like
soccer? Yeah.
Oh no, well, soccer is the most popular sport in the world.
Yeah.
But track and field is up there. If you look at what they have, the Diamond League that they're running, I mean, they can get 30,000-40,000 people in the stadium. You saw the stadium was packed, and I think that's what 60,000-70,000 people.
Was that capacity?
Yeah. I mean, track and field is really big in Europe. Not as when I was coming up, I was I love track and field. I still do. I still love track and field. What I'm amazed at is the number of descendants of enslaved Africans who are doing the field events. You know, like the discus and the shot put. I think I don't know, I haven't seen the women's shot put yet, but I know there was a woman, a black woman who won the trials here. So you see more and more people of color. It used to be in high school, if you went to a meet, right? Let's say you're North Division. Oh, I'll give you a great example. Marshall. Marshall was like, is that where Floyd Hurd went? Marshall? But either wherever he was, they always had great sprinters. But the white schools would end up winning the overall track championship because of the field events. You know, and so now that you're seeing more black people actually do the field events, but that's how, you know, if you watch the NCAAs and you go like, how did Florida win? And Florida always has great sprinters. Right. LSU always has great sprinters. But when you look at those people doing the field events, that's where they're racking up the points. Yeah. You get a chance to see the men's basketball?
Yeah, I've watched most of those games.
What do you think?
Man, we stacked, man.
They are.
We stacked.
They are. I mean, it's
probably one of the best U.S. teams we've seen, for real.
Right. When you don't play Jason Tatum,
right,
that's how stacked you are, and you still win by 18, 19. Yeah.
South Sudan, they played tough enough. And they was competitive. I know they got it like within 7 or so towards the end, but
right. Well, that was for the point differentials, and how you want the point differentials that will help you with the tiebreaker. I'm thinking the women are not going to, or is it going to be the men? I'm trying to think who won't be the number 1 seed because of point differentials. But I don't see. I think people are worried about, you know, them struggling against South Sudan in an exhibition game. But these are pros, man. When it counts, that's when you step up.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, it's one thing to dominate an exhibition game, but, you know, when the money's on the line.
Yeah.
And that would be what? This would be LeBron's 4th, right?
I think so.
I can remember, what was it, 2004? Him,
it's a good year.
Carmelo.
It's a good year.
Why was it a good year? More?
Pistons. Come on. You think I was born out for? No, the Pistons championship.
Oh, that would have been Rip Hamilton.
Yep. Bad Boys 2.
I think Rasheed Wallace should be in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
For sure. She guaranteed.
But the only person who's made it from that team has been Ben Wallace?
Nah. Did they put Chauncey up there?
Chauncey Billups, I don't think he's made it yet. I know Ben Wallace got in. Rasheed Wallace is like one of the great.
Rip could be up there too.
Rip, you think Rip Hamilton?
Yeah. He ran that baseline like nobody, like Reggie for real. He was a reincarnation of Reggie.
You know, you begin to think about UConn. We always think about UConn for the women's team. I only till recently I realized how dominant UConn has been for the last 20, 25 years. Even before that, they weren't winning championships when Ray Allen was there. And then they started winning championships under Calhoun. They won one under Kevin Ollie.
Yep.
And they've won 2 under.
Where is Kevin now? He's not there anymore.
He's coaching. I saw him coaching. I think he's an assistant coach in the NBA.
I think you're right.
He got a nice little payout. You know, so he didn't have to work. But I didn't realize just how dominant they are, man. They're I could see where, you know, Dan Hurley would go, why would I go to the Lakers when I can stay here at UConn? Certainly make the money and not have the stress.
Yeah.
You know, because college coaches have a little bit more control, well, not as much now because of the transfer portal, you know, but.
You like JJ in LA?
Yeah.
I'm asking you about this fight too. I know you watched it.
Who?
Terrence Crawford this past weekend.
Say that again.
Terrence Crawford fight. I don't know if you watched it.
Yeah,
they fought last weekend. Went all 12 rounds. But we'll talk.
Yeah, but JJ Riddick is interesting. Well, first of all, he'll look good on the sideline, which really matters in LA. I'll never forget the first time I saw the Lakers when Pat Riley was coaching. And Pat Riley walked out in that Armani suit. And it was like he was born in that suit. That's how well that suit looked on him.
Gel in his hair.
Right. So I think LA image is real important. No disrespect to Darvin Ham, you know, but I think JJ Redick is probably going to be a little bit more marketable. We'll find out if he's a good coach in terms of being able to do the X and O's. And
be interesting coaching the first father-son duo.
You think Bronny's gonna be called up enough time to play with his dad before his dad retires?
Man, I say one thing: he has one of the wisest basketball minds at his fingertips. So he could literally, hey, Russ, he got that good first step. Oh, Ja does this. You know, he could really coach you every player and give him that insight. So I say he has that advantage. But I question how bad does Bronny even really want it? Personally, or was this
my question
his dad dream, or is
something? How do you play at USC, which is not a basketball power?
Yeah,
you averaging less than 5 points or around 5 points a game, and you get drafted in the second round in the NBA. I mean that is
I'm not mad at a little black nepotism, man.
No, I mean, you know what? And if his dad can make it happen, he makes it happen. I'm everybody forgets about J.R. Smith and his brother, who had a contract with the Knicks, and that was part of his agreement. Make sure my brother gets a job with the Knicks.
Similar to Antetokounmpo.
Big Fanassis.
Yeah.
Somebody was asking. They said, "What Fanassis wasn't good enough to make the Greek team?" Like, no, he tore up his Achilles. He was in the boot when they played. I don't know if they. I didn't look to see if they got in.
I think they may be out.
Yeah, because the point differential. They only won one game, but then it's the points. Because you saw people like running up points, man. I mean, because come down to that tiebreaker. But he was on the sideline, and they played Australia, right? But they played Australia. I have to say, 10 of the 12 players on Australia's team played or are playing in the NBA.
They're still in.
They still in. They made it. Yeah, I know they. Okay. In the NBA, I think Greece had 2 guys. It would have been 3. Fanassis was hurt. Giannis, and there was another dude that played. But yeah, all those pros that Australia had. One of the people I hate, Dellavedova. Dellavedova was part of the Mike Conley year.
Okay.
Remember free agency, Mike Conley? Mike Conley got like 153. Dellavedova got like 34 for 3 years with the Bucks because he'd come off. Like Cleveland ended up losing that series, but as a free agent, a lot of people got paid a whole lot of money.
I like Delhi, man.
Huh?
I like Delhi.
Really?
Yeah.
What you like about, bro?
He got a good solid game.
Coach on the floor, heady,
contributor,
heady. Boy, I tell you, and I try not to listen to the racist kind of overtones, the commentating.
Mm-hmm.
Trey dropped 40 points. Okay. Dellavedova, 4 points. But you know what? He was heady. Arsenio Hall tells this joke about Larry Bird. Now, I don't know. I think it was misplaced about Larry Bird. He said that, with white people is a whole different thing. He said that Larry Bird said something to this guy 2 weeks ago that inspired him to, what is that? But you could do 40, and it's not the same as Dellavedova. Who's the kid, though, that just signed from the Knicks, the tall kid? He went to did he go to Oklahoma City? Got an incredible amount of money. What is his name?
From the Knicks.
Hardenstein.
Okay.
He got an incredible amount of money. It's like 87 million, something like that. Just insane money for him.
Yeah, for sure.
And what they're saddled with in the NBA now is is it Duncan Robinson?
From Miami.
Right, where he gets this Gordon Hayward. They get these big contracts. They're not that good.
Yeah.
And Gordon Hayward got hurt.
Right.
But, they're averaging 14, 15 points a game. He was at Utah. And then Boston gives him this great contract.
Mm-hmm.
If people don't believe that white privilege doesn't exist in the NBA, you're deceiving yourself.
Delusional.
Man. Caller, welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
You mentioned something about track and field.
Yes, sir.
And you mentioned Floyd Hurd.
Mm-hmm.
Floyd Hurd went to Marshall when I was there.
That's what I thought.
Marshall, let's get that correct now.
Yes, sir. That's what I thought. I did say
And
Marshall.
Listen. David Connor was the coach there.
Right.
He was the assistant coach. He was a coaching genius. He was assistant coach at Marshall football. And the coach he fired, he left, and they got a new head coach. David Connor applied for the job. They hired somebody outside the school as head coach, and they didn't put Connor even on his staff. And when they finally let him on as a assistant coach.
Okay.
And then when this guy retired or left, they got a new head coach, Hendricks, and they let Connor coach the B team, JV. And Marshall won the city in '86, and they were talking about the head coach Hendrickson. He was a coaching genius. The kind of plays Connor was running, the team was running.
Okay.
And they were giving him all the credit. But I found out Connors was a very close friend of mine.
Okay.
We turned Marshall around as far as race relations went.
Okay. You know what, Dr. Ward, what's fascinating, and I always said this, if you are a great sprinter from Milwaukee, you're a great sprinter. Because unlike the guys who are running in Florida and Texas and California, where they can train year round outdoors. So
same thing, football.
Yep.
Texas too.
Well,
But
I think
anyway,
it's interesting though. Wisconsin won't turn out the same skill players that Florida does, but Wisconsin will turn out offensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Anyway, I want to get back to my friend Connors, the late David Connor.
Okay.
He was assistant coach at Lincoln. And Lincoln had about 12 players, and one of them was on the line weighing about 130 pounds. And they won some games. They beat North.
Really? Well,
and he was the head
North.
coach at Marshall in I don't know. I had left Marshall, I left Marshall in '86.
Okay.
He took a track team to state and won state with about 8 players. You can look that up. It's in a record book.
Well, let me. I bumped into someone who was an alum of Lincoln High School, and this guy was my contemporary. And Lincoln had the smallest quarterback probably in the history of the state.
Mm-hmm.
He started quarterback, and when I heard he was starting quarterback, I was like, "Really? This dude was little, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, he was little." Floyd Hurd, great athlete. Appreciate you, Dr. Ward.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
All right, you're listening to Community Voice. We're up on the last break of the program. We'll be right back.
Milwaukee, are you ready for a free event that brings the community together like
blew by. I guess when you're having fun, man. So let me thank Miss Michelle Bryant. Let me thank Mr. Trey Walker. Debo, thank you. Carby, thank you. Callers, we thank you. The good Lord willing and the creek don't rise. Hope to talk to everybody tomorrow. And always go from this place in peace.